Hello friends! In today's video, we're going to draw the beautiful and brave princesses from the world of fairy tales. Ready? Let's get started! First, we're drawing Ariel. Ariel is a mermaid full of energy and curiosity. She's always fascinated by the human world above the sea and dares to take big risks to follow her heart. Ariel is a symbol of freedom and courage to chase dreams, even when challenges stand in the way. Her story teaches us not to be afraid of trying new things and to pursue our desires with a sincere heart. Now, let's color her. Next, we're drawing Rapunzel. Rapunzel is famous for her extremely long and magical hair. She grew up in a tall tower, far away from the outside world, but always dreamed of seeing it for herself. With courage and strong determination, she finally found freedom and the true meaning of life. Rapunzel teaches us that no wall can hold back the spirit and dreams of someone brave enough to take a step forward. Now let's color her. Next, we're drawing Jasmine. The Princess of Agrabah is known for her beauty, intelligence, and independence. Jasmine dislikes being bound by rules that limit her freedom, and she bravely stands up for her right to choose her own path. She is also a caring person, especially toward those she loves. Her brave, honest, and confident character makes her a role model about the importance of freedom and truth. Now, let's color it. Then, we're drawing Tiana. Tiana is a spirited and hard-working princess from New Orleans. She dreams of owning her own restaurant and works tirelessly to make it happen. Her story shows that true magic comes from hard work, bravery, and belief in yourself. Tiana proves that dreams aren't just about luck. They're about persistence and a heart that never gives up. Now let's color her. Next, we're drawing Elsa. The Queen of Arendelle has magical powers that can create ice and snow. Elsa is a strong character, but also struggles with inner conflict because she once feared her own powers. Over time, she learns to accept herself as she truly is and embrace her powers as something valuable. Elsa symbolizes the courage to accept who we are and inspires us with how love and self-confidence can overcome fear. Now, let's color it. Next, let's draw Cinderella. Cinderella is a symbol of hope and patience. Even though her life was full of hardships with her stepmother and stepsisters, she still had a kind and gentle heart. Her story reminds us that miracles can happen at any time, as long as we keep believing and never give up on kindness. Now, let's color her. Then, let's draw Megara. Megara is a character from the story of Hercules, who is clever, bold, and confident. Even though she was hurt by her past, Megara shows the strength of her heart to rise again. Her story reminds us that true love is not always easy, but it is always worth fighting for. Now, let's color her. Next, let's draw Merida. Merida is the princess of a Scottish kingdom who is full of courage. With her bow and arrows, she refuses to be bound by old traditions and chooses her own path. Merida's story teaches us about freedom, responsibility, and the value of family bonds filled with love, even when there are conflicts. Now, let's color her. Now, we're drawing Aurora. Aurora is known as a princess with a gentle heart and a calming charm. Even though she fell into a deep sleep because of a curse, her story reflects the power of love, hope, and kindness. Aurora always carries herself with grace and brings peace wherever she goes. Her story reminds us that even in the darkest times, there's always a light waiting to awaken hope. Now, let's color her. Next, we're drawing Cinderella. Cinderella is a kind and patient princess. Even when life is full of hardships, she stays gentle and sincere, even when treated unfairly. Magic comes to her not just through a spell, but because of her unshakable kindness. Cinderella's story teaches us that goodness and sincerity will always lead to true beauty in the end. Now, let's color her. Next, let's draw Moana. Moana is a brave girl from the islands of Polynesia. With strong determination, she sails across the vast ocean to return the heart of Te Fiti and save her village. Moana's story teaches us the true meaning of leadership, the courage to face great challenges, and deep love for nature. Now, let's color her. Next, let's draw Belle. Belle is a smart girl who loves reading and always wants to learn more about the world around her. She does not judge people by their appearance, but by the kindness within their hearts. Belle's story shows us that love and compassion can change even the hardest of hearts. Now, let's color her. Next, we're drawing Ariel. This mermaid princess is famous for her enchanting voice that captivates anyone who hears it. Ariel has a big, adventurous spirit, always curious about the human world and all the objects she finds magical. She is full of courage, even willing to sacrifice something very precious to follow her heart. Ariel teaches us about curiosity, the bravery to dream, and the determination to chase what we love despite challenges. Now, let's color it. Next, let's draw Raya. Raya is a fierce warrior from Kumandra. With her signature sword and strong leadership, she goes on a quest to collect the pieces of the dragon gem to save the world. Her story shows the importance of trust, unity, and teamwork in overcoming division. Now, let's color her. Then, we're drawing Mulan. Mulan is a true hero who bravely breaks the rules to protect her family. She disguises herself as a soldier to prove that courage doesn't depend on gender. Mulan shows that true strength comes from the heart, not from appearances. She teaches us not to be afraid of being different, because courage and determination can change everything. Now, let's color her. Let's draw Kida. Kida is the princess of the legendary kingdom of Atlantis. She is not only beautiful, but also strong and intelligent, protecting the lost civilization beneath the sea. Kida's character shows us the importance of preserving culture, history, and the wisdom of our ancestors so they will not be forgotten. let's color her. Next, we're drawing Pocahontas. Pocahontas is a princess who loves nature and lives in harmony with the world around her. She has a free and wise spirit, always seeking peace between people and the earth. Her story is filled with messages of love, bravery, and friendship beyond differences. Pocahontas shows that we are all connected through nature and understanding hearts. Now, let's color her. Then we're drawing Anna. Anna is full of energy, optimism, and unwavering belief in the power of family love. She never gives up on helping her sister Elsa, even during the toughest times. Anna teaches us the importance of loyalty and the courage to sacrifice for the people we love. With her warm heart and fearless attitude, Anna shows that true love can melt anything. Now, let's color her. Next, we're drawing another version of Rapunzel. This version of Rapunzel appears more mature and strong after many adventures. She's now more confident and ready to face any challenge. With her bright spirit and strong determination to protect those she loves, Rapunzel proves that life's journey is about constantly learning and growing. Now, let's color her. Then, we're drawing Snow White. Snow White is the first princess ever known in classic fairy tales. She is gentle, loving, and has a pure heart. Even when faced with evil, she continues to believe in goodness and true love. Her story reminds us that kindness and sincerity will always be the most beautiful strength in this world. Now, let's color her. Finally, we're drawing another version of Ariel. This time, Ariel looks even braver and freer in the ocean. She's more confident living between two worlds, the sea and the land. With her cheerful personality and endless curiosity, Ariel continues to symbolize the spirit of exploring new things without fear. Now, let's color her. amazing! We've drawn and colored all these princesses with their inspiring and magical stories. Thank you for drawing with us today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss the next drawing video. See you in the next one.